What we're going to do now is we're going to graph circles. So first we're going to turn them into vertex forms so we could find the center of the circle really quickly and then the radius. So if we're looking at the first one, what we're going to do is we're going to find our new c values. We're going to take our b value, divide it by 2, and square it. We're going to take the b value for the y, which is 6, divided by 2 and square it, and that gives us 9. We're going to take the 1 and the 9, so x squared plus 2x plus 1 and y squared plus 6y plus 9 equals 6 plus 1 plus 9. We're going to factor our trinomials, so this gives us x plus 1 squared, and then for the y, that gives us y plus 3 squared equals 16. So the center of our circle is going to be -1, -3, and the radius is going to be 4. Now, with a radius of 4, it's going to be a little bit too large for our graph, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go by 2's. And this is one way to do it. I'm going to show another way in letter C. So what we have is we'll go by 2's. So this will be 8 and 8. So -1 would be halfway and down 3. Now, when we're doing our radius, what we do is we do 4 in all directions. So I'm going to go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go to the right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go down 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to go to the left 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And to the best of my ability, I'm going to draw a circle. Now, for the second one, what we notice is the 2 in front of the x squared and the y squared. So we're going to divide everything by 2. And what we get is x squared minus 2x plus y squared plus 4y plus 1 equals 0. I'm going to find my new c value, so I'm going to take the -2, divide it by 2, and square it. I'm going to take the 4, divide it by 2, and square it. And so when I write my equation, I have x squared minus 2x plus 1 plus y squared plus 4y plus 4 equals -1 plus 1 plus 4. I'm going to factor the first one, and that gives me x minus 1 squared. I'm going to factor the second one, and that gives me y plus 2 squared, and that equals 4. So the center of my circle is going to be 1 and -2, and my radius is going to be 2. So with this right here, what I have is I'm plotting the point 1, -2, and since my radius is 2, I go in 2 in all directions, and to the best of my ability, I draw a circle. Now, for letter C, this one looks like an odd one because the x and y's are on the opposite side. So I'm going to bring the x's over, and when I bring them over, it changes the sign. So it's x squared plus 2x plus y squared plus 6y equals -1. I'm going to find my c values. 2 divided by 2 squared, which is 1. Then I have 6 divided by 2 squared, which is 9. So I have x squared plus 2x plus 1 plus y squared plus 6y plus 9 equals -1 plus 1 plus 9. So when I factor the first one, I get x plus 1 squared. When I factor the second one, I get y plus 3 squared. And then when I add up all the numbers, I get 9. So that means that my center of the circle is -1, -3. And then my radius is 3. Now, just like the last one, what we can do is we can go by 2's or we can go by 3's. Or what we can do is we could kind of adjust. the axis so that it fits with our graph. So if I move the x-axis up like this, what happens is that when I graph it, -1, -3, and I go 3 in all directions, it actually fits. And I don't have to go by 2s or 3s. I just have to adjust the axis. So you could do this. Ooh, that circle's not as good as I was hoping. So you could do this or what we did in letter A, going by 2s, but to the best of your ability, draw the circle as best you can. Now for letter D, what we notice is that the x squared and the y squared have a -3 in front of them, so I'm going to divide everything by -3. And so what I get is -10x plus x squared minus 4y plus y squared equals, and then I have that would be 20, is that, let me divide this. So 3 goes into 84, 2 times, and that would be 24, and that would be 8, so 28. And so when I factor this, what I'm going to do is rearrange them. So I have x squared minus 10x. I'm going to do this mental math in my head, divide it by 2 and square it, and get 25. I'm going to rearrange it, y squared minus 4y, divided by 2 and square it. And then that's equal to -28. Let's move that over a little bit. -28 plus 25 plus 4. So when I factor it, I get x minus 5 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 1. So my center of the circle is going to be 5, 2, and my radius is going to be 1. I'm going to do the same thing as before. I'm going to adjust my axis so that way when I graph this, I'm going to go right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to go up 2. And then I'm going to draw a radius of 1 all the way around it. And then to the best of my ability, I'm going to draw a circle.